Good morning, guys. So our next topic is item 900 So this is about reinforcing steel of reinforced concrete structures. This analysis, guys, is only applicable up to 5-story building. So for this one, we will assume that our quantity is 1,000 kilograms. So as you can see, guys, that we are using kilograms as our unit here. So if you have steel, you have to compute reinforcing steel, you have to compute per kilogram or per meter, kilogram per meter of each steel. So example, guys, so that you have the idea, if you have 16 mm of steel, then from to compute the volume of this one is pi d squared over 4. So we will put this pi times 16 mm is for, we will convert this one to meter is 0.016, then squared. So we will divide it by 4 so that we can get the area of the 16 mm. Then we will multiply this one by 1 meter if we have 1 meter, or 10 meters if we have 10 meters. So let's just say this one is for 1 meter only. And the unit weight of the steel, reinforcing steel, is 7850 kilogram per cubic meter. So if you will multiply this area, guys, is the volume. Then we will multiply it by kilogram per cubic meter. So the result of this one is kilogram for 16 mm. So this is the kilogram or the weight of 16 mm for 1 meter. So this is the 1 meter per kilo. If you have 10 meters, you just multiply this one to 1.578. This is the kilogram of, or the weight of 10 meters 16 mm rebar diameter. So that is how to compute, guys. So we'll come back here. So this one, again, we will copy the description. Then our assumed production, because you have a kilogram unit weight or weight of the quantity, so we will put it kilogram per hour. So our assumed production of this one is 129.09 kilogram per hour. So that is our, so this one, guys, here is our materials. So this is for the form reinforcing. We have galvanized iron wire. So this is for ties, for the ties of the reinforcing bars. So our reinforcing bars, we will just copy the quantity. We'll just make it this one, guys, 1,500 kilograms. Then the unit is piso per kilogram. Peso per kilogram. So the galvanized iron is 0.015 of the total weight of the steel, the quantity that you are going to get. This is the factor 0.015 of the total quantity of steel. So that is 22.5 peso per that is 22.5 kilograms of galvanized iron, 16 mm diameter. Number 16, galvanized iron. So the rate of this galvanized iron is 100 per kilogram. So this is the amount. We will multiply it here. Then consumable is 5% of the materials. So if it is 5% of the materials of these two, we have consumables, guys, for this one. No? This is just like the miscellaneous if we have additional expenses for working in the former reinforcing steel of concrete structures. So 5% or 0.05 peso of the total uh, the, per kilogram of this one for reinforcing steel is 47. So the total of reinforcing steel amount is 70,500, and this one is, we will just sum this one, guys, these two, sum these two, then we will multiply it by 0.05, so that is 3,000. No, we will get the total first, then we will just multiply it here, this one. So the total is 76,387. This is the total cost of the materials for 1,500 kilogram of steel, reinforcing steel. So for our labor, we'll just put it this one first, guys. Our labor, then we will get the quantity, piso per kilogram also. But this one is per hour because this is, we will just convert it to piso per kilogram afterwards. So we have construction foreman, so rate is 73.28. As I said before, this is already taken from the other page. I just make the VLOOKUP formula to get directly from there. So we need one, then I insert then we have skilled labor. We need 3 skilled labor. These are the steelman. So piso per hour, we'll get this man 52.97 per hour of the skilled labor. So the unskilled labor, we need 12 for this one. This labor, guys, is the labor that we are going to use so that we can get to our assumed production, which is 129.09 kilogram per hour. So this, guys, we will just remove that one. Then we have to convert it to piso per kilogram so that we can get the amount of reinforcing steel for 1,500 kilogram. Okay, so some product of this to this one, then we will divide it to our assumed production so that we can get the piso per kilogram of steel. So that is 5.6 peso per kilogram of steel. So the total of this one for our labor is 8,394. Also, this is our labor cost, guys, for 1,500 kilogram of steel. Then for our equipment, guys, we will keep the same quantity. Then also this one, piso per kilogram. Then we need a bar cutter, single phase. So I just copy this one, guys. So these are our equipment used for reinforcement steel. So this one, the bar cutter, the single phase, then bar bender. So this is the corresponding rate for our rent for every hour of this equipment. So 219, then 351 for bar cutter and bar bender. So we have 10% of labor costs as the same before. We have 0.1, 10% of the labor cost equals some product of this one to this. Then we will multiply, no need to multiply that one because we will put it here together. So convert again this one to peso per kilogram. We will some product, wait, we need 0.5 hour for bar cutter for every 129 kilogram of reinforcing steel. So 0.5 hour only we need, and this one only 0.5 also for the bar bender. So we will get the peso per kilogram of this one. This is some product of this quantity to this rate, then divide it by 109.09 assume production, so that we can get the per kilogram amount for our equipment. So only 2.77 peso per kilogram for our equipment. So we will just multiply it to the total quantity, which is 1,500. So only 4,158 peso for 1,500 kilogram of reinforcing steel construction. So this is the equipment amount. So the estimated cost, guys, is the total of the other cost, then direct cost of equipment, then plus direct cost of labor plus the materials. The total is 88,939. This one is per kilogram. So we just divide the total estimated direct cost divide by 1,500, so that we can get the amount per kilogram for direct cost. So only 59.29 per kilogram. So this one is only for the direct cost. We will get the indirect cost, which is 15% OCM, 10% profit, then 5% value added tax. So we will get 15% of this one, the total, then 10% also, then 5% of the direct cost plus the overhead and profit, the value added tax, so that we can get the value added tax. Okay, so this one 5% times total direct cost plus overhead or of OCM, then we have profit. So we have a VAT of 5,550. So estimated indirect cost is total of 27,793. So this total of the indirect and direct cost is 116,733. The 88,000 plus 27,000 is 116. So we will get the unit cost of work item for the total of unit cost, including the indirect and direct cost. So we will divide only to the total quantity. So our unit cost for reinforcing steel of reinforced concrete structures up to 2 to 5 story is 77.82 pesos per kilogram. Okay guys, thank you for your time, and please follow and like and subscribe guys, please.